Laura. Carrie and I are the Body Geeks, and today we're going to talk about office and what you can do to mitigate the negative effects of what you have to do for a living to pay your bills. Or maybe it's your hobby, maybe you're a writer, graphic designer, whatever, for fun. So anyway, we got to mitigate the effects of this. So, so does this look familiar to anybody? So notice how the back of Carrie's neck is totally contracted here. She's getting a forward head posture. So if you can see, this is a really good angle to see. This right here, this apex of her thoracic curve, this is pretty much holding her head up, which by the laws of physics, when it goes forward 2 inches, it doubles in weight, okay? So this weight right here is increasing and increasing and increasing. That's why by the end of this work day, or even 2 hours of work, Carrie's gonna feel like, she needs to stretch that area. But actually, that's not what she needs to do because this is already overly stretched. So it's just gonna kind of make it tighter. So what kind of things can we do to, first of all, reduce the effects of that, and second of all, these hips down here that are bent all day? Well, first of all, I would say, Carrie, you're a queen. Sit up like you got a crown on your head, way up there. So we're trying to, a lot of people are familiar with chin tuck or chin retractions. She's gonna pull the chin in here and lift up here.
Ooh, yeah.
So she gets length from here to here. Do you feel that?
I do.
And a lot of people have tension right here, right in those shoulder blade points where these levator scapulae stop, and also where your traps kind of change direction. The fibers of your traps change direction. So she's sitting up really tall there. But what happens is, if she hasn't built up a lot of core stability and endurance, and that's not crunches, folks, because we're not trying to crunch at the computer. This is intrinsic core stabilization that you will do work on every day. These are your planks, these are your glute bridges, these are your side planks, things like that. Even balance work, great for your intrinsic core stabilization, so that she can maintain this posture all day. So another thing that Carrie can do is, because your central nervous system controls all of your muscular systems as well, if her brain is getting really tired, and Carrie is so smart and her brain works like a triple time. So Carrie, if your brain is getting tired, you can be guaranteed that your body is gonna start going like this over time, because you'll have fatigue, right? You'll have fatigue in general. Central nervous system fatigue. So a great thing, a stretch I love, is if you could stand up, set a timer at your desk, stand up, and this is from Pete Egoscue. You put your toes in, your heels out, because it's kind of the opposite of what your legs tend to do, kind of this while you're sitting, and kind of this, and all this kind of turning out stuff. So you turn out there. Now your femurs are going to be engaged this way. So you squeeze your glutes, you're going to interlace your fingers, and you're going to push straight up. So you're undoing your desk hands, right? They go the opposite way. She's undoing her desk elbows, putting them into extension. They're getting a little work. So all of the antagonists of the muscles that have been busy at the desk are getting work now. The triceps instead of the biceps. The rear shoulders instead of the front of the shoulders. She's holding her core in really nicely. You can even flatten this hip out even more. So this is just a great exercise, and I would have you deep breathing for at least a minute. And then we'll do a part 2 to show you what things you can do for your hips, because that's a whole nother story. Your hips and your legs and your calves when you're at your desk. Because Carrie's got some good stuff to talk about too. I want to show you though first this little tool right here. Carrie, come back on over here with you. So I really recommend this trigger point. I love trigger point tools. but you can make your own. You know, there are other versions of this, but this one, you can get a trigger point. Put it in, you're gonna find a tender spot here because these shoulders are gonna rise as you sit at your desk. Even if you're trying to sit up tall, a lot of times those shoulders rise. And I recommend getting a professional assessment of where you have your office stuff to figure out how you can place your keyboard and your monitor so that your shoulders don't rise. There's also, Dr. Kelly Starrett wrote a book called Desk Bound, which is phenomenal. You should all get it, shows you plenty of diagrams. But if you keep a tool like this at your desk, then you can do this releasing of your shoulders while you're there. You can also use this end or this end on your pec, right here, which also gets really tight. Can you show how to do that? We'll do this one. And then you could pull down or you can pull in. Right? And so she's got that in that pec to reduce that forward shoulder. And she's getting her pec minor too, which is going to contribute to this. That need that.
Yeah, it's good for it's my mom arm.
Carrying that little infant around. All right. So yeah, so these are tools that you can have at your desk. And we'll have a part 2 of the body position to show you about your hips. And we'll have other parts now. Carrie's going to talk about light.